In the heart of a forgotten town, there stood an old, decrepit chapel. It had been abandoned for decades, left to decay under the weight of countless legend. The most chilling tale was that of the bride who never made it down the aisle. Locals whispered about her ghostly presence, eternally bound to the chapel, forever waiting for a wedding that never happened. The bride, Emily, had been a beautiful young woman, excited to marry her childhood sweetheart. On the day of the wedding, tragedy struck. A terrible storm raged, and her fiancé, en route to the chapel, was killed in a carriage accident. Heartbroken and devastated, Emily put on her wedding dress and walked to the chapel alone. She lit the candles and waited, hoping against hope her beloved would return. As the hours turned into days, Emily's sorrow consumed her. She died of a broken heart, still in her wedding dress, clutching her bouquet. Years passed, and the chapel fell into disrepair. But Emily's spirit remained. Witnesses claimed to see a ghostly figure in a wedding dress wandering the chapel at night, her mournful cries echoing through the empty halls. One stormy night, a group of friends decided to investigate the legend. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they entered the chapel, the air thick with a sense of foreboding. As they explored, they found old, faded photographs of Emily and her fiancé, their happiness frozen in time. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and the candles on the altar flickered to life. A soft, sorrowful melody filled the air, and there she was, Emily, the ghostly bride. Her translucent figure glided down the aisle, eyes filled with eternal sadness. She reached out to them, and cold and ethereal. Friends, terrified, could only watch as she vanished into the shadows. The next day, they reviewed the footage, finding the spectral bride captured on camera. Haunting evidence confirmed the legend of the haunted bride. Emily's spirit, bound to the chapel by her undying love and sorrow, continued to wait. A ghostly reminder of a love lost to tragedy. The tale of the haunted bride spread, drawing those curious and brave enough to the old chapel. But all who visited left with the same message. Some spirits are never truly at rest, forever haunting the places where their hearts were broken.